Coming from Serena Williams, I think you should take it. It's The Conversation on Tier West Television Network, your digital first Pan-African news network, and as always, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. As always, the conversation promises to be very insightful as well as engaging. My name is Adesuwa Osoyi.
And my name is Merciful Ajinamo. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you.
All right, we move straight into stories from across the African continent, starting from this very sad news here about kidnappings in Africa. So the United Nations Children Agency, UNICEF, on Wednesday said as the new academic term begins in Nigeria, at least 1 million children could miss school this year due to a rise in mass school kidnappings and insecurity across the country. Armed groups and criminal gangs have made schools targets for mass abductions for ransom in northern Nigeria.
And this is to Gabon, where the United Nations is expected to withdraw Gabon's 450-strong peacekeeping contingent from the Central African Republic over sexual abuse allegations, Gabon's defense ministry said. Since Central African Republic gained its independence from France in 1960, it has been chronically unstable and is currently suffering from the aftermath of a brutal civil conflict that erupted in 2013 after a coup against then-President Francois Bouzès.
Away from Gabon to the Democratic Republic of Congo, a demonstration organized by the opposition parties in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo, on Wednesday thwarted by the police. Lamuka opposition party organized the protest calling for fairness and equal representation in the National Electoral Commission. The reform of the Electoral Commission was voted on by the National Assembly in June. Now,
Yes.
all these three stories, actually, which one would you say held your, gave you something to think about?
All right, it's definitely the children are definitely the mass kidnappings because you see it replicated in Nigeria as well, especially northern Nigeria, where we're crying about the state of kidnappings and abductions across the northern Nigeria and also some southern state and also some eastern state in the country as well. We really do hoping that as soon as possible, all of this becomes a thing of the past because we keep seeing innocent people, right, at the helm, at the mercy of what's going on because we have people that are agitating, we have people that are crying for something, and I think the best way is not to engage in such things because we have innocent people losing their lives in the process and everything happening. Yes. So it's a very sad one for me.
Exactly. All right. Always talk about keeping safe as things are going in the world right now, and that involves you being safe from COVID-19 and related infection and diseases. So we're going to bring you COVID-19 updates from across Africa right now, and after that we will be going over to the big story.
It is still the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, 2S Television. You can always be a part of our social media community. Follow us across all our social media handles showing on your screen at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our website also. You can stay updated on happenings around the country and Africa. That's the big story, and our focus this time is effects of local collection of value-added tax on northern Nigeria. Joining us via the telephone this time is Dr. Ahmed Wali. He's a lecturer, Federal University of Kashere, Gombe State. It's good to have you join us this morning, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. Already we see what's happening across the country, the VAT collection and everything. The Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, has signed into law the bill that empowers the states to collect value-added tax. Also, Lagos State is in full support. However, some states in the north have come out to openly register their dismay over the court judgment, and they are calling for the maintenance of the status quo. They're calling for the maintenance of the status quo that FRS should remain the sole collector of the VAT. What is your take on all of this?
Well, you see, The value added tax total is a constitutional total,
Mm.
and this is more or less a legal problem.
Hmm.
And I am not a legal luminary and I'm not a learned person, but then I want to believe that whatever that exists in the Constitution is either not expressed or did not speak directly on VAT.
Hmm.
And maybe that is the opening that Rivers State and Lagos State took to, particularly the exclusive list of the federal government's collection.
Hmm.
So what I am saying is that while this is happening, a court gave a verdict that yes, the state can collect. Another court said no, we should maintain the status quo. In an ideal situation, considering our fragile federal system, I expected that if the governors are going to take a position on issues that are so sensitive like this, they have a forum which is called the Governors Forum. Let them discuss that at their own level and let them look at the pros and the cons in the interest of this country so that they can take one position. But for another person to go to the other side and take position, someone contradicting, someone saying this, is not healthy for our polity. As far as this issue is concerned, we need to sit down and iron out this problem in a legal way so that wherever the jurisdiction rests, let that person act on that jurisdiction. But so long as we keep on countering our positions, this one saying this position, the other one saying no, it is not healthy for our democracy. Therefore, the issue of VAT has been a bone of contention, and it should not be a factor that the political elites will now hook to and cause rift in our federal unity.
Okay, Doctor, let's just get your stance on all of this matter. Let's try to talk about the advantages and disadvantages as well. Where do you stand? Are you of the opinion that when we make the VAT collection a local thing, independent of the state, do you think it's something that would move Nigeria forward?
Well, you see, personally, I want to believe that the federal constitution or the constitution that is in existence now need a, we need to revisit that constitution to amend it because so many areas create legal problems and create loopholes for legal troubles.
Hmm.
For me personally, if these states can collect their value added tax, of course, so many states will improve their IGR, definitely. But what I am saying is that since there was a practice and there is a practice now going on, particularly in the country, and considering the way the whole state relied heavily on the revenue in the center, I feel let us maintain this status quo and maybe try and look out a way out. What is the problem? How do we solve it? Where is the problem lying? Instead of maybe just coming overnight and start creating some rifts now.
Okay, but basically, I want to actually find out. Do you think if each state go ahead to collect VAT like directly instead of remitting to the FIRS, do you think it will have any negative impact on the north? Because one key reason Governor Wike gave was that a bulk of the VAT collected from the south is being disbursed to the north. So every state should have to take what they generate. Do you think it will have any impact on the north?
No, you see, the problem with the political elites is that they disseminate information to distort the thinkings of the commoners. For you to just sit down and claim that VAT is mostly collected in the south or somewhere is immaterial. But if each state can collect VAT, I'm telling you, they can improve on their revenue. But
Okay.
what I am saying is that so long as there was a practice, we must maintain that position so that the court may iron out the problem legally and we
Okay.
follow it. Once
Okay.
the court said it is the jurisdiction of the state, I think there's no problem.
All
If
right.
the state is the jurisdiction of the federal, there's no problem. As far as I am concerned, I don't see anything so big in that because each state, I want to believe in Nigeria, has some potentials, and each state can harness its own potentials
All
for
right.
long as we are so honest, and politically we are determined.
Okay,
All right.
thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us on the show today.
So thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Thank
And
you.
thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to the conversation. Thank you again, always. Don't forget, we are still here tomorrow to, give you entertaining, informative, and educative content from across Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Be a part of our social media community and do not miss out. I am Merciful Ajinomo.
My name is Adesu Elsie. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, and always remember to stay safe. See you tomorrow.